Hey guys, it's Kat, and I want to talk to you guys about something. I know this isn't my normal type of video. I know that the setup isn't great, but I wanted to chat. So recently I've been posting a lot more on my private Instagram, which is now at everything period Katrina. This is going to be posted in between pre-film videos, so this is going to be a little different. If that doesn't make sense why I still have the old name at the end and everything. I just wanted to say that I know it's hard to be a parent. I'm a parent. And it's okay to not be okay. I felt so alone in so much that I was feeling. I was like, there's something wrong with me. I shouldn't feel this way. This isn't normal, which it's not good to feel a lot of these ways, but it's not uncommon. A lot of people feel this way. A lot of people have these struggles, and I didn't realize it until I was so open about sharing my problems, really. So like a few things are, I don't have patience. Everyone's like, you'll gain patience, it's your kid, you know, you'll get a hang of it, and I don't know that that's really how it is. So she's going to be 6 months in a week, and I still don't have patience. My temper's still just as bad as it was before. When she was a newborn it wasn't, but like now that she's more mobile, it's rough. With being such a young parent, there's times where I have some almost resentment towards her, and it's not her fault. She didn't ask to be brought into this world. That was completely on me, and I'm not blaming her for that. But there's times where it's like, you know, it just really sucks that this happened, but I do believe everything happens for a reason. There's just times where it just sucks, honestly. It's not always super glamorous, just as pregnancy. It's not always just so perfect and happy and healthy, and if you can hear her fussing in the background, it's stressful. Because then I have to take a break again and forget where I was at. So there's times where I literally feel not only so exhausted, physically, emotionally, like everything, just like completely drained. I have never felt so drained before until I became a mom. Like pregnancy, I was really tired, I'd be exhausted, sometimes drained, but like I didn't know drained until becoming a mom. It's like sometimes you were just pouring and pouring and pouring from an empty cup, and like that is so hard. And that's not just for young parents, that's parents in general. None of this is to discredit people that aren't parents. Everybody goes through struggles. I'm just saying the difference of my life before I was a parent and now. There's times where you get frustrated, and honestly you probably want to yell, and you have to just like walk into a different room. I have bad temper, so I have to walk into a different room and just be like, "Arr!" and blow off some steam, because it's like, you know, it's not their fault, but it doesn't mean that it's not stressing you out. And like, you know, there's this one time recently I was trying to use the restroom, and when she gets mad she scratches herself. So we can't let her get too mad, or we have to hold her arms so she can't scratch herself when she's mad. Like if we're making a bottle and she's mad and nothing's gonna calm her down, we'll have to just sit there and hold her down so she won't scratch herself. But she was in her balancer, all happy. So I was like, okay, well I really am about to like go to the bathroom in my pants. So I ran to the bathroom and started going to the bathroom, and she started screaming and screaming, and like you can hear what she's doing, you know, like she'll be like. So I had to stop mid-going to the bathroom, and like TMI, but I was also on my period, so it was like, it was a problem. I couldn't just, I'd like clench everything, run to grab her, and like pull her back into the room. And it wasn't just like going to the bathroom, it was like going to the bathroom. So that was really difficult, and moments like that are so frustrating. It's like, some people can do the cry it out method, and to an extent we almost have to, or we will never get anything done. She used to not let me go to the bathroom or even eat. Like for the first few months I like barely ate unless somebody else was home and I could like have them hold her for a minute. Luckily a lot of people visited and stuff, so I could be like, oh hey, can you hold her for a sec so I can grab something to eat, or like watch her to make sure she doesn't hurt herself or whatever. It's just a lot, and I just want anybody this like a mom or a parent or whatever, or in general, to know that no matter how you're feeling, you're really not alone. There's somebody else out there that is feeling the same way. And like, it might suck. It should get better. But it's not going to get better if you don't. A lot of the times you're going to have to get help or do something to help it get better. You have to want it to get better. And that can be tough too, because sometimes you just get comfortable in your own misery. And it's just like, it's okay to not be so happy and in love, and just like, even when you're sleep deprived, be like, oh, I'm so blessed that I'm getting to feed you right now. Because like, I've seen so many YouTube posts where, especially like with newborn babies, people will be so in love and like, it'll seem so glamorous. And that wasn't how it was for me. I remember messaging one of my friends right after I gave birth, and I was like, I mean, not right after, but like when she was asleep and in her little bassinet thing, I was like, you know, everybody really glamorizes birth, and you know, it is great, but it was not as like magical as I thought it was gonna be. And you know, people were so in love with their babies in the hospital, and for me it was like, I struggled so much. I've seen a lot of moms say that they feel better right after they give birth, like they felt like they had their body back. And for me, like, I felt so empty. I kept like feeling my belly, and I would just kind of like, I would hold my belly and just like cry. It was so bad in the hospital. I was just freaking out. I didn't want to go home. I was so scared. I was so upset. Like, if she wasn't right next to me, I would freak out. They couldn't take her so I could sleep. I like let them do it maybe once for an hour or so they could get some stuff done. And then, you know, in general, when I had to do testing and stuff, that was the only time I'd let them take her. And a lot of the times I'd be like, Lee, you need to go with them. You need to go with them. And like, obviously he couldn't every time, but it was just like, even thinking back, it was a horrible feeling. I was just like, I felt so detached, and especially with struggling with breastfeeding, I couldn't get that connection, and it was so rough. Like, looking back, I remember all the good about it, so it's like, oh, that is so magical. But then like, when I remember how I felt in that time, like even right now, I can still feel like the emptiness in my stomach that I felt right after. I don't even know when it went away. Guess now I'm just glad I can sleep on my belly and I don't have to be so uncomfortable from being pregnant and having a pretty long baby kick me in the ribs. Well, actually, yeah, head down, kick me in the ribs. And it continues even after pregnancy and delivery. You still have all kinds of issues that are going to come up. I mean, you just lost any freedom that you might have had. Maybe not everybody. Some people have it where they have a lot of people that help out, and that's great. But you know, we have a lot of help, and I still don't get the freedom. Like, when my mom watches her, it's usually so I can do something like the laundry, going to the bathroom, eating, showering, something. Or even sometimes just so I can relax. Like, I'll even admit right now, I am so drained. I have felt not like myself, like all I am as a mom, and just going through the motions instead of being so in love and happy, going through all these motions, feeling so blessed. And part of it might come with the fact that I'm not really stable in life right now in any way, shape, or form. I have no idea like what I'm doing. Whereas like, you know, people that are settled down and financially stable and on their own, you know, maybe they would have the option to not stress out. And I guess really stress is an option too, but it's really hard not to stress when your life isn't together in any way. And so of course, you know, life would be easier to get together if I didn't have her. But you know, everything happens for a reason. I know that she's a blessing, but honestly, like I said, the main reason I'm posting this is because I just want others to know you're not alone in how you're feeling. It's okay. It's gonna be okay, but it's also okay to not be okay. I don't even know. I'm sure I'm skipping over a bunch of emotions that I've felt, but it's okay to feel alone, but you just gotta know you're not alone. People will be like, oh, you have your baby, you have your this and that. And sometimes it's not enough to just have your baby. And I know that sounds bad, but your baby can't sit there and help you not feel alone in how you're feeling. They can help you feel fulfilled in areas that you're not fulfilled. For an example, being financially stable, or even having a partner. You know, Lee's a great dad, and like he's good to both of us, very helpful, involved. But like your baby can't fulfill that position if you don't have that. And you now have a human that's completely dependent on you. That's a lot, especially if you were dependent on other people prior to. It forces you to really grow up and mature in so many ways, and especially if you weren't already mature and grown up in those ways, it can be a lot. It can be really hard. So if you're out there feeling this way, if you ever need anybody to talk to, I'm literally just a message away. You can message me anytime talking about all this stuff. I do make videos on this. I don't think I'm as open about it as I should be. I just don't want to, like, I don't know, I just didn't think it'd be very interesting to put all this out there, but like when I realized how many people would be like, wow, I felt this way too, I didn't know this was normal. It is. You know, when your baby's screaming and crying and won't let you eat or do anything, it's really hard because, like, I can't even go to the bathroom. Like, when I was pregnant, I was like, oh, I hated going to the bathroom alone before, but, like, now I see why people like it. Actually, I still, like, when I'm in public, hate going to the restroom by myself, but if I don't have to take her, I'd rather go alone. So it's like, I see the luxury in that now. There's so much you don't realize that is so nice to have until you don't have it anymore. And that goes for a lot of stuff, not just being a parent and not just going to the bathroom. So I hope you enjoyed. I just wanted to post some raw, unfiltered content and just really chat with you guys. What's some things you struggle with? What's something you felt alone in before? Comment below. Let's chat. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe below for more. Bye.